Well, then, that was a very, very nice way to finish the season, wasn't it? It finished at the Community Stadium, Brentford 2, Newcastle United 4, and we got the job done. That was the most important thing today, was the result that came out of this game. And, well, it wasn't in doubt after the 3 goals in the first half, even though we kind of made it a little bit difficult for ourselves with Brentford pulling 2 goals back. But you know what? That is what being a Newcastle United fan is all about. The match is never over until that final whistle. I don't know whether it was tiredness or we took our foot off the gas or whatever it was, allowing Brentford to get those 2 goals. But we got the 4th, we saw the game out, and it was job done. And that's what the main important thing was today, to get the job done. We now look forward to the cup final and hopefully cheering on Man City to win the cup, and then we will play Conference League football next season. And quite frankly, I don't care whether it's the Conference League. I just want Newcastle United to be in Europe again. That is the most important thing for me and for many, many fans. I know some people think the Conference League and things like that, it's not the glamour of the Champions League, absolutely not. But it's still European football. And I've said this on many shows, actually. If you look around Europe and you see how other fans treat the European competitions, you know, the atmospheres in the ground and things like that, they love European competition. And I guess English clubs are a little bit snotty or snobby towards, you know, these other competitions. But for me, I'm just delighted that we have an opportunity. There is a chance that we will be in the Conference League, providing Man City do the business in the cup final. And I'm 100% confident they will, to be honest. I can't see them giving Manchester City a look-in that game. However, you know, if we look back to today, the pressure was on. Eddie made some changes. The main one for me, Nick Pope coming back. He had to bring Nick Pope back. He is our number 1 goalkeeper. He is the quality that we need in that side to just calm the defence down in certain situations. And I thought he did that absolutely brilliantly today. Coming out, doing what he had to do, sweeping up time after time. He was good coming for crosses, etc. And looked very, very comfortable. Made a great save, actually, from Ivan Toney's header in the second half. But you know, once that goal was disallowed for Brentford in the first half, we just went from strength to strength. You know, and if you look at that offside goal, it was clearly offside. You know, when it was flicked onto Mbeumo on the right-hand side, Ivan Toney was 3 yards offside, but he didn't stop his run. He kept running, and therefore the goal was disallowed, and rightly so. However, we then went on to play some bloody good football in that first half. Beautiful first goal. Clipped, brilliant ball from Bruno. Curled beautifully onto Barnes' head. He nods it in. It's 1-0. Isak then does really well to outpace the defenders and then get the ball across to Murphy. It's 2-0. And then Isak himself, of course, scores a brilliant goal, which he's so good at doing that. So you're going in 3-0 up. You're perfectly comfortable. But then, as I say, either we tired a little bit, we took our foot off the gas, or losing a little bit of concentration, whatever it was. We allowed Brentford to get 2 goals back. It's a little bit of squeaky bum time. But then Lewis Hall, who I thought was fantastic again for us today, bombs into the box. For me, it was a penalty. Where the actual foul took place was, for me, on the line, which it should have been a penalty. I think it's disgraceful that one was overturned. But justice was served, in my opinion. Free kick comes in, goalkeeper saves it. I've no idea what he's doing with that. Palms it straight out to Bruno. And of course, the rest is history as he stabs it home and goes and celebrates with the Newcastle fans, puts on the magic hat. And it's a fantastic celebration. And we see the game out. Now, what I would call the game today was just very, very professional. We had to do a job today. The pressure was on because I know Brentford didn't have a lot to play for. Because of their league position, it was a dead rubber for them. But you've got to consider that they were at home. They'd want to finish the season strongly. They want to play for the manager, who's just lost a family member, of course. And, you know, a lot of players are playing for the contracts next season. You know, if the management are in any doubt about wanting to maybe move players on, they will be given it the role to stay at the club next season, and that's understandable. However, we didn't give them a look in. Brentford were deflated at half-time. Thomas Frank did get them going again. We took ages to get going in that second half. We took a while. The heat was obviously something, you know, we're not used to dealing that with British weather, certainly with playing most of the season over autumn and winter into spring. It's difficult sometimes when suddenly it's hot and you're kind of thinking, God, you know, but a lot of these players are used to that. But, you know, regardless of them pulling 2 goals back, I thought we did a very professional job today. And it was needed. I don't think any player on that pitch let us down today. I thought they all give 100% and did a job. And now I know people are going to say, oh, there's certain players there who aren't up to scratch for moving forward. And I 100% agree with that. There isn't. There's going to be players moved on. There's going to be new players coming in. But you know what? We had to get the job done today. And collectively as a team, I think we did that. And it was always going to be a case of relying on Manchester City. I think that, Chelsea were always going to win today. Man United, they always sneak a result. But next week against Manchester City in the cup final, I don't think they'll sneak a result. I think Man City will batter them. I'm fully confident of that. And that we will be playing Conference League football. And I can't wait for that because, to get European football, we can attract the better players and hopefully keep the players that are already at the club and say, look, we're building here. We're building something very special. Starts off with the Conference League next season and hopefully back into the Champions League. Because I do genuinely believe if we'd had the players like Joe Linton, Nick Pope, Tonali, etc. available this season, we would be in the top 4. I don't think anybody can deny us that when we've got a fully fit squad, we are a very, very strong side. Very strong side. But I'm not bitter about this season. I'm disappointed with the injuries. But to finish where we did after everything that's happened this season, I think Eddie and the players need a massive round of applause. Yes, Eddie's made a few mistakes. Yes, the players haven't been at it all the time. But that's going to happen generally across the space of a season anyway, where managers will make mistakes, players will make mistakes. That'll happen. As long as we move into next season and those same mistakes don't happen again. But I think to finish where we did, given all the struggles that we've had, down in 11th place, remember, after 26 games, I think they deserve a lot of credit. But we'll talk about that when we do the season review, because I think a lot of people deserve a lot of pats on the back for where we finished eventually this season. Things haven't always gone to plan. Absolutely not. However, they're going to plan now. And to get this game out the way, we now move on to Australia, whether you agree with the timing or not. I personally don't. I think it's ludicrous. But let's face it, they won't be flying in peasant class. They will be first class passengers on the way to Australia. Very well looked after, very comfortable. And we'll see how they do on Wednesday against Spurs. We'll cover that game on Matchday Live. I think it's a 10 o'clock in the morning kickoff or something like that, but keep an eye on our socials and we'll let you know. But all in all today, for me, it was a very, very professional performance. Proud of the lads, proud of the season despite the downs that we've had. We have to come out and say that we're proud. And we will always be proud of this football club. No matter what happens, we are proud Geordies, and we always will be. But thank you very much for watching the video. As usual, let me know in the comments below what you thought of the game. Did you think the same as me, that it was a professional performance and very much job done? And now we support Manchester City, of course, in the cup final. But thank you very much for watching. Do give it the thumbs up if you have enjoyed the video. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. It is free to do so. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, which will let you know when we upload any videos such as this one, or we schedule in all of our live shows as well, so you don't miss any of those. But enjoy the rest of your evening, folks, and we'll see you soon. Take care.